Freaky Friday meets Van Wilder in a new summer comedy. Hello out there to the land of cyberspace. I'm movie critic Nick Yakabuchi, back as always for RealScreenReviews.com, and my next review is The Change-Up. This very raunchy and very rated R comedy opened in wide release on Friday, August 5th, 2011, and it stars one of my all-time favorite actors, Jason Bateman, Van Wilder himself, Ryan Reynolds, Olivia Wilde, Leslie Mann, and Alan Arkin. This film comes to us from director David Dobkin, the man that helmed the previous comedic gem, The Wedding Crashers, as well as Fred Claus and the very entertaining Shanghai Nights with Jackie Chan. This time out, he once again revisits the realm of what can easily be deemed as crude and vulgar humor, and can he strike box office gold with that a second time around? Well, let's find out. Now, our story tells us of Dave and Mitch, their two best friends that have grown up and, just like every adult, have grown to lead their own lives. Dave is the stressed out and overworked father of three, and Mitch couldn't be more different as the freelancing, irresponsible, and lifelong bachelor. To sum it up simply, this is another rendition of the Freaky Friday premise. That is to say, after a night of drinking that leads to a urine break in a fountain for our two characters, they wake up in each other's bodies after that fountain mysteriously switches them during their response to answering nature's call. From then on out, it is the same old story of the person's life always looks better through the eyes of someone else, but it is filled with a lot of humor along the way. Well, people, The Change-Up has big laughs, and when it's funny, it's really, really funny, but it never attained consistent laughs throughout the entire feature. One flaw is that the film went out of its way to be overly sentimental in more than a couple spots, and because of that, it falls short of the wonderful Horrible Bosses from a few weeks back. Now, that is not to say that this film is not fun or entertaining, because in my opinion, the role reversal has never been funnier. I think one of the reasons for that is because I love both of these guys. I think that Ryan Reynolds is great, especially when he's not in a Green Lantern outfit, and I've mentioned many times before how much I respect Jason Bateman as an actor. What I liked about The Change-Up was that you really could see the other actor in each of the actors' performance. Now, I mean this absolutely in a good way. They honestly capture the intricacies, the emotions, and the mannerisms of the other actor. They actually get to flex some acting chops too, because the usually cocky and arrogant Ryan Reynolds becomes very restrained and respectful as the movie plays on. Then Jason Bateman, who has made a career as the family anchor, or the voice of reason character, if you will, well, he gets to completely let loose and seems to have a great time doing just that. Now, the one real main issue that I had with The Change-Up was that I wrote the word cliché in my notes about 4 or 5 times throughout the movie. From making partner in the law firm to trying to patch up unresolved problems with Dad, the film sits securely on the basics of a given and non-original story. However, one thing that I truly enjoyed about the film was that Dave and Mitch begin to see, hear, and learn things about themselves, and some of those things aren't very welcomed. In the style of Regarding Henry with Harrison Ford, or the overlooked gem The Doctor starring William Hurt, our two leads begin to become well aware of the consequences of their actions through the eyes of a completely different person. The honesty that is served up to each one is a wake-up call to the choices that they have made up till this point in their lives, and now they must fight to get that life back. I remember when I saw Jodie Foster and Barbara Harris switch bodies in Freaky Friday. I also remember when I saw Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan switch bodies in Freaky Friday, as well as when Zoltar turned Tom Hanks big. We've all seen this premise done before, but The Change-Up was actually one of the better renditions of it. Alan Arkin, Leslie Mann, and Olivia Wilde also show up and lend some welcome talent to the background and to the supporting players. At just under 2 hours, The Change-Up wasn't too long or too short, and never does it feel either way. It closes by adding a fairy tale ending to a predictable, but still yet entertaining comedy. 3 stars out of 4, and remember people, I'm not always right, but only when it comes to the movies. And thank you for your attention.